Sri Lanka from the Norwegian Sovereign Wealth Fund is an indication of the investor confidence and the potential investment opportunities that are available in the market.
Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs Dr. Harsha De Silva told a forum on exports recently that Sri Lanka is under no obligation to foreign organizations to regain the GSP Plus trade concession from the European Union.
Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs Dr. Harsha De Silva says Sri Lanka is confident of regaining the GSP Plus trade deal, which gives duty-free access to the European markets in May, but said the government is under no obligation to foreigners in getting the concession.
My minister told the world that we are progressing. We will do what we have already undertaken to do. We are not doing any of these things for anybody else. We are doing what we are doing for ourselves. And if that is going to result in us getting GSP Plus, so be it. We'll gladly take it. If it's going to give us any other positives, so be it. We'll gladly take it. But please note that we are under no obligation to any foreign body. We are under no obligation to anybody outside of this sovereign land. We are only under obligation to the people of this country. And what we are doing is for the people of this country, and the people of this country mean Sinhala people, Tamil people, Muslim people, Burgher people, Malay people, all people who live in this country. So be under no illusion that we are forced by anybody. We are only forced by the people of this country.
The government has come under criticism from certain quarters in the opposition over investigations into alleged disappearances during the previous regime. Deputy Minister De Silva said the government is not deterred by opposition protests.
Yes, we've had some roadblocks. Yes, we've had some difficulties. Yes, we've had some pitfalls. But that doesn't mean that we are going backwards. We may be going sideways a bit, but those are detours that are necessary that we have to take. Because remember, this is not what it was. This is a different government. We abide by the rules.
Let's take a look at some other stories that made headlines this week.
With confusion over the legal procedure adopted in the selling of government bonds following inconsistencies in the dating of a gazette notice, the central bank issued a statement saying all treasury bonds issued on behalf of the government have full legal authority and effect, and that it had complied with the intent of the regulations under which they were issued. The statement also says it will be forwarding recommendations to the government on suitable amendments to the regulations known as the Registered Stock and Securities Ordinance.
Welcome back to Biz First Review 360. On our segment Trending today, we take a look at a souvenir business that is attracting aviation enthusiasts.
In a small space at the Air Force Museum compound in Ratmalana, gunners of helicopter gunships are engaged in a different task. With no air combat operations currently, these men have pooled their skills to create model aircraft, a popular souvenir high in demand among visitors to the Air Force Museum in Ratmalana.
This project of building models started off, as I said, with Warrant Officer Patirana. Now, Warrant Officer Patirana found a lot of other people who were interested, who had the talent or who had the interest in this among the personnel who were already in the Air Force. So this project is continuing today with people who are already in the Air Force. They are uniformed personnel. We have no artists who came from outside. We don't have anybody that we have recruited from outside to do this. So it is our inborn talent of our own personnel that is actually going into this. So the technicians who are, or the craftsmen who are involved in this project were trained solely by Warrant Officer Patirana, whose inborn talent he used to develop this project, and today we are proud to have with us 25, including Warrant Officer Patirana, 25 personnel who are doing this as their primary job.
During the separatist war, air gunners operated in a fast-paced, high-intensity environment, providing low-altitude air support for ground troops, but in peacetime, they have taken on a more creative job in a slow-paced and creative environment.
We found that a lot of the airmen, there was a fairly large pool of talent in the Air Force who had the inherent ability to do this type of thing, who were interested in doing this. Say, under that same Warrant Officer Patirana, is now retired. He retired after 22 years of service. Under him, there are 24 other technicians. Now, all of these are uniformed people. None of these people are employed, artists who came from outside. They are all people who have been doing other trades within the Air Force. Some of them, the majority of them are gunners. People who had actually been in the war carrying weapons. They were gunners. and some of the others are tech wood. We have a trade called the tech wood. Those are essentially carpenters and tech wood personnel have come to join this project, and they are now creating these models that are very popular among the clientele of the museum.
The Air Force says with its 66th anniversary falling this month, the model aircraft unit is working hard to meet a spike in demand for these souvenirs. The SLAF says aviation lovers now have the opportunity of purchasing these model aircraft at the souvenir shop at the museum in Ratmalana or online.
Initially, we sold these models at the museum souvenir shop. As time progressed and as the demand grew, we also moved on to the web. So we have a presence in the World Wide Web as well. If you go to www.airforce.lk, we have a special link to the museum. Now, we have the provision there of purchasing these items and also all the other items of the souvenir shop online as well. So today, even though our primary target group for these models are the people who come to visit the museum, we also have given the option of anyone who's interested to go to our website and purchase this online as well.
And now a look at some workplace exercises. Let's loosen up a bit.
Hi, I'm Jessica Canizales from With Grace and Joy, and thank you for joining Trending Today. We're going to talk today a little bit about ways that people who spend a lot of time in the office can relax, open up their body, connect better with their breath, and optimize their general health and well-being. So today we're going to work seated at our desk like we often are, taking a look at our shoulder girdle. So we're going to just take a moment. You want to join me sitting at your desk, taking your hands here to heart center, just pressing into the palms, tucking the chin, and bringing the belly into the spine. After you spend a few breaths here, and then we're going to rise the arms, but not the shoulders. Again, bringing awareness to our spine, elongating our bodies, and using our breath. From here, we'll open the arms out to the side, and we'll go ahead and bring right back up and left back down, and just bending at the elbows, trying to reach your hands. If you can't reach, that's okay. Just keep your head and chin lifted, and keep with the intention, holding here for a few breaths. And we'll go ahead and take it to the other side after you've spent a few breaths, rising the left, bringing the right down, and again, clasping your arms here, keeping your gaze upward, and utilizing your breath. From here, we'll release the arms, and just take the hands and place them in your lap. You're going to just take a few shoulder rolls, really creating tension in our neck and shoulders, and then releasing it through the breath. So as we inhale, we're pulling up, and as we exhale, we're letting go, both of the breath and of the tension. So this is a good one. You don't need any warming up to do. It just allows the upper back and the neck to relax. We'll go ahead and take the neck now into some nice rolls, either in a fluid motion, or if that feels a little too intense, you can just take it one direction at a time, still creating a nice rounded stretch, side, forward.
Get up, get down, everybody move your body. Let me see you shake that body. Come on and work that body. Love it like a tiger. Get up, get down, everybody move your body. Let me see you get up, get down, everybody move your body. Let me see you shake that.
So if you're in a seated position at your desk, you can just simply take a nice little twist, twisting first at the waist, then ribs, then shoulders, and last your head. You can use your chair to create some resistance, or you can just simply take a nice passive twist. Again, using the breath to to augment the benefits of the posture. And then you would just take it to the other side. So again, you can use the arm or even grabbing onto the back of the chair, or you can take it a little more gentle, keeping your hands on your lap. Another exercise I would like to share with you today is utilizing the power of mudra. So in Sanskrit, mudra translates to seal. So mudras are a way to seal your energetic intention or your energetic spirit. So today we're going to work with what we call the dynamic mudra. And this is a mudra that moves each of your fingers into the thumb, making a firm, intentional contact. You can just repeat this. You can use mantra to aid in this little moment of Zen, or you can use your breath, just breathing in and out with each finger press. This mudra has a lot of benefits. It is said to be a catalyst for change in your life. It's said to help promote a balanced harmony within the body's organ systems. And it's also said to improve memory and concentration of your brain. So you can take this for as little as a minute to 5 minutes, and you can even repeat these intervals 3 to 5 times a day.
It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. They have everything for your men to enjoy. You can hang out with all the boys. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. You can get yourself clean.
Coming up next, a chat with the President and CEO of Canon Singapore. Welcome back to the program. What does the death of the TPP or Trans-Pacific Partnership mean for Asian businesses? I sat down to speak about this and other matters with the President and CEO of Canon Singapore, Ms. Noriko Gunji.
We're sitting down this week with Ms. Noriko Gunji. She is the President and CEO of Canon Singapore Pte Limited, which is the regional headquarters for Canon in South and Southeast Asia. She's also an executive officer at Canon Incorporated. Ms. Gunji, thank you very much for speaking to BizFest Review 360. Let me start by asking you, as the President of Canon Singapore, do you see potential for growth in the future in this region, South and Southeast Asia? This has been called the century of Asia, that this is going to be Asia's century in terms of economic growth. Where does Canon fit into in the region and specifically in Sri Lanka?
Yes, Canon Singapore is now covering 23 regions and countries in South and Southeast Asia, and the Asian market is the most important market for global Canon because we are still keep on growing, and I think our products, including the consumer products like cameras and printers, we still have a big potential to have more expand our business opportunity in Asia. So thanks to the great supporters like Metropolitan, so we have been leading the industry, especially in the photographic industry in Asia. So we are now very expecting to the more big business in Asia.
When people talk about Canon, you immediately think of cameras, photography, but this is not really the case. Globally and even in Sri Lanka and in this region, how big of a portion of your sales is made up by camera?
Because we have a lot of photo-loving consumers in Asia. So our camera business has been growing continuously, and that promotes our business as a total. But in the global Canon, we also have a so many kinds of products like industrial products and office equipment. So now in global, we have a three range of the industry, office equipment and imaging industry, including cameras and printers, and as well as industrial equipment like semiconductor production machine and medical.
And in the medical sphere, this is also a growing sector in this region as health, wellness, lifespans increase in Sri Lanka, and in the region as well. There's a lot of need for new medical technology. Is Canon conducting a lot of R&D, research and development in medical technology?
Last year, we welcomed Toshiba Medical company as one of our Canon group, and they are very strong in the medical industry in the world. So we just and also we have been doing the medical business since we founded our company, and actually our founder of Canon is a doctor.
Ms. Kunji, I also wanted to ask you a fairly serious question as well. For a lot of the tiger economies in Southeast Asia, and even for the growing economies in South Asia, there was a lot of, they were counting on the Trans-Pacific Partnership involving the United States as well to open up new markets and to facilitate trade. The TPP is now dead in the water. There appears to be no progress on it. Does this affect, as a company, for Canon, does this affect your growth projections? Is it a cause for concern?
Should be the very supportive for Canon's business in case it is agreed in successfully, because our Canon nowadays more than 80% of business is generated in the foreign company, I mean other than Japan, even though we are a Japanese company. So for Canon in globally, TPP is very
an important feature.
Important, I think. But of course, for nowadays, no TPP condition, even though under the no TPP condition, we are still growing our business in the world. So it should be very supportive for us.
Can I also ask you now, in Sri Lanka, we're seeing a lot of new development projects that are happening. The financial city just off Gold Face. There are new in the construction industry, lots of new office spaces, residential spaces that are coming up, and also in hospitality, we're seeing a boom. Do you see any opportunities for growth in these sectors?
A lot of opportunity for us. For example, as you said, nowadays construction is booming in Sri Lanka. Yeah, they should need so many office equipment demand. Then we can provide our office equipment as well. And for I think Sri Lanka is a very big potential to expand the tourist business. Then you can invite a lot of customers, a lot of tourists from all over the world. Then we still have a big opportunity to promote our photographic products.
So thank you very much for speaking to BizFirst Review 360. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Are you an aspiring entrepreneur or innovator? These words of wisdom are for you. And that's a wrap of tonight's program. Don't forget to look us up on Facebook. You'll find us at BizFirst Review 360. That's 1ST and 360. I'm Nadim Majid. I'll see you again, same time, same place next week. Until then, good night and good luck.